Hello, and welcome back to the Kelly Symone podcast. I'm your host with the most, Kelly Symone, and today's episode is going to be a good one. Today, we are talking about the 4 roadblocks on your path to promotion, right? All of us, we've been leading, we've been working really hard, and at some point, you want to get ahead, you want to move forward in your career, you want to move forward in your ministry, and everybody wants to get promoted. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having some tempered, holy ambition. There's nothing wrong with being assertive in your pursuit of doing the next thing, right? Taking more territory. But sometimes you can get stuck. You can think that you're working on the right things and you think that you're moving in the right direction, but when it's time for those new opportunities to open up, what happens when your name doesn't get called? What happens when you don't get that tap on the shoulder? We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to talk about what might be standing in your way. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me so that you can kind of understand where some of these points that I'm going to share are coming from. I have been in leadership, some form of leadership, for about 13 years. My career has spanned customer service, sales, human resources, supply chain, procurement. I've been a buyer, like a professional shopper, you guys. I've been a project management. I've been a change leader, and I've been a freelancer. I've been unemployed. I've been laid off in the midst of all of that. And in that 13-year career, I have been promoted 7 times. 7 times in 13 years. So that's almost one promotion for every 2 years of service. And I give God a lot of credit for that, because I always say that God has actually written my resume. Some of the opportunities that I've had, I couldn't have planned for them. I couldn't have strategized for them. And if you know me, you know I am a girl who loves a plan. I love it when a plan comes together. But some things just surprised me along the way. When I transitioned into communications, I think I didn't include that in the list of different roles that I've held. But when I transitioned into communications, that was a surprise for me. That was actually a promotion that I wasn't even qualified for on paper. That's right. I did not meet the basic qualifications, and I still got the role, and I got a hefty raise with that role too. And I want to talk about what that process looked like, what that path looked like, what that journey looked like, because along the way, there were some stops and starts, there were some potholes, there were some valley moments, there was a lot of work that was done, and there were some tears that were shed, there were definitely some disappointments, and there were quite a few aha moments. So I want to talk about some of the roadblocks that could be on your path to promotion, because I think I know a little bit about it. There's always more to learn, but I do know just a little bit about what propels people forward, what propels people into their next level, and what can keep people back. So let's start with number 1, because I've got 4 for you today. The first roadblock on your path to promotion is lack of agreement. Lack of agreement. So what do I mean by that? Some people don't know what they want. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know what position they want. They don't know where they want where they want to take this thing. Like, they don't know what level they want to go to. These are people that are always asking, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And they think that if you answer the purpose question, then of course you'll know about the next promotion. That's the byproduct, right? Of, okay, I know what the path is, I know what the journey is. And here's the thing, even when you answer the purpose question, you still don't understand every piece of the journey. And honestly, I don't really think that you're meant to. I think God designed life to be full of plot twists, to be full of surprise moments. And understanding that you don't have to necessarily have all the details to make a decision that you want to go up and that you want to move forward. So the first roadblock on the path to promotion is coming into agreement within yourself. You know, the Bible says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and let not that man believe that he's going to get anything from God. Now, why do I bring that up? Because I know some of the people that are listening are not necessarily believers. However, I do think that there are many elements, if not all elements of spiritual wisdom, do have practical application. So if you are literally caught between two decisions, of course it's hard for you to know exactly where to go and exactly what to do, because as soon as you think, oh, well, maybe I should apply for this role, or maybe I should go back to school and get this degree, or maybe I should pursue this certification. Well, how do you know which one is the right one? How do you know that if you do go back to school and get that degree, that you're not just going to be wasting money getting a degree for a job that they didn't even need that for? What they really wanted you to do is have a certain amount of experience. But when you haven't come to a place of agreement, there are certain decisions and there are certain opportunities that don't even show up for you because you haven't decided, hey, I do want to pursue this path. I do want to move forward. I do want to be the best. I'll give you an example. In my career, early in my career, I had no idea what my purpose was, the big P word, right? I had no clue. I thought I knew. When I went to college, I thought I'm going to be this amazing restaurateur. I'm going to be the Black Martha Stewart meets Bobby Flay. I'm going to be a lifestyle expert who owns like all these restaurants all over the world. And I'm going to put, African diaspora cuisine on the map globally. Like, that's what I thought. I'm going to be a media personality with all these cooking shows and magazines and cookbooks and all that kind of stuff. And I think I have been in college, and my original major was business management, specifically hospitality management. And I think I had been in college for maybe 4 weeks. 4 weeks, you guys. And so much had happened in the 4 weeks that I started to realize, I don't think that dream is big enough. I don't think that's right. Now, I'm somebody, I love cooking. I love feeding people. I love preparing things for folks. I love inviting people over and having people over for dinner and stuff like that, when everything's not crazy. And I love the conversations that happen around the dinner table. And I have been cooking like for years and years and years and years. I had notebooks full of plans. And one experience changed all of that. It changed all of that. And I started to think that that dream was too small. Now, I just ran down quite a list, right? And to a lot of people, that doesn't sound like a small dream. But once I stepped foot on campus of my college university, shout out to Howard University, we were in the middle of quite a semester my freshman year. There was a lot going on. There was a political election. There were police brutality shootings. Like, there was just a lot going on. And I stepped on the campus full of that legacy and that greatness. And I said, wow, my dream sounds like it's all about me. And it just didn't seem that big. It seemed very small. It sounded like a lot of accomplishments and a lot of good things. And there's nothing wrong with any of the things that I wanted to do. But that one experience of just being there for 4 weeks and being in a different environment and being around people who understood that making it doesn't mean that it's just you who makes it. That when you make it for other people. You make it and bring other people along. You set a table for other people to come sit at. I mean, just being there for 4 weeks and seeing people live it, it changed me. And even with that, I changed my major, and then I ended up transferring schools and finishing school and everything. And I went into my first job, And I still didn't know what my purpose was, you guys. Like, I didn't know what the purpose was. But I remember coming to the point of decision that, hey, I don't know what the grand purpose is, but I'm going to do the absolute best with what I have right now. Here's what I know about me. I know that I'm a leader. I know that I love God. I know that I love people. I know that I'm an excellent problem solver. I know that I can see solutions when other people can't see solutions. I know I can make hard things happen. And so in the role that I have right now, I'm going to do and be all of those things. And when I made that decision within myself, I didn't know the grand purpose. I didn't know the grand idea of my life yet. I just knew who I was. And I decided I'm going to be all of me in the place where I am right now. That was a place of agreement. That was a place that opened up opportunities for me. It opened up promotions for me. It opened up projects for me. But I had to come to that place of agreement for myself first. And so I just want to encourage you that sometimes you're trying to put the cart before the horse. You're trying to get promoted, but you don't even just agree like, hey, I'm going to do the best that I can with what I have right now. Because I guarantee you that is the number one way to get promoted, is do your best where you're at, right? So number 2, the second roadblock on your path to promotion is a lack of visibility. And I like this one because we have a lot of humble people. We have a lot of people that, I just like to play the background. I don't want to be in front. I'm not a glory seeker. I'm not a spotlight person, and that's good. And some people really do just like to kind of do the work that's in the background, and we all have different personalities, and we all have different talents and gifts, and there's nothing wrong with that. But even in that space, let's say that's your jam, that's your vibe, you still need to be visible. And here's what I mean. A lot of times people see problems, people see issues, people see potential problems, potential issues, and they don't raise their hand. They don't speak up. They don't they don't put forward a solution, because what if people don't agree with you, or what if people don't like you, or what if people talk about you, or what if people disagree with you? You know what I mean? Maybe they like you, but they just disagree with you. What if people actively come against you? And they let that fear of the outcome make them invisible. So I don't care if you have a high visibility role. If you are the type of person who shrinks when things get dicey, when things get interesting, I guarantee you that lack of visibility, that lack of showing up in the moment, ready to take action, ready to respond, ready to put some, get some skin in the game, is holding you back from the path to promotion. On your path to promotion, it's holding you back. Leaders go first, you guys. That even includes making mistakes. I want to set you free from the bondage of feeling like I can't say that, I can't do that, because that might be a mistake. Okay. Well, what do you just do? You just master the art of recovery, you guys. Like, this is something that I sometimes struggle with myself, because I'm the type of person who I like to do things right. I like to do things right. And so I will work on something and work on something and work on something behind the scenes. And people will be like, just put it out there already. Done is better than perfect. And so I have to talk myself into launching before I think something is ready. Why? Because I don't want the lack of visibility to stop me from the opportunities to serve at a higher level. This is something that you actively have to work against. It's not something that's necessarily just going to be over. Okay, I've mastered this mindset and I never have to revisit it. No, every single time you get promoted, every single new opportunity, every single level of life, you will revisit this lesson. You will revisit the lesson of how to make sure that you're stepping up and being seen in the moment. The other thing about lack of visibility is sometimes people want positions that nobody can see you in. And I'm not talking about haters and naysayers. I'm talking about like your peer group. So if you're in an organization and you want to be promoted to a senior manager role, let's say you're a manager already. Well, one of the questions you should ask yourself is, I wonder how my peers see me. Do your peers currently see you as a senior manager type person? Now, I know sometimes we don't want to ask our peers things like that because we think, oh, they're going to compete, with me, or that we might be going out for the same role. Don't worry about that. The point is, do they see you as a trusted resource? Do they see you as an authority? Do they see you as someone who has credibility at that level? And the reason why you want to know that information is because let's say you do get the job. Let's assume the best. Well, these are the same people that could potentially be your direct reports. So it's better to build those bridges now while you're on the same level than wait until if you get that position and now you got to start from scratch. Just go ahead and build the relationships now. Build those peer-to-peer accountability relationships now. Volunteer to help people with their stuff now. Why? Because those same people can be your advocates. Those same people can be your trusted resources. And that's what good leaders do. Good leaders build trust with your team, not just the team under you, not just the leaders above you, but the people who are in the trenches right alongside you. The number 3 roadblock, the third roadblock. Now this one is the one that kind of, I'll be honest with you, it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit when I see people doing this. I see people who say they want a promotion, but they never do anything that's not in their job description. You need to make a kill. You need to go kill something, you guys. There are people who want the big money, you want the big title, you want the office, you want the prestige, you want the image, you want all the accolades that go along with it, but where's the work? Where is the work? Where is it? You staying within the confines of what you currently do is not going to get you ahead. What got you there is not going to get you to the next level. You're going to have to go make a kill. And I'm going to use a couple biblical examples to give you some insight into what I mean. We all know the story of David and Goliath. And David went to the battlefield to go serve his brothers. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't on the front line. Nobody chose him. Nobody looked for him. But David chose himself. Why? Because he was in agreement. He was in agreement with who he was, right? And he was in agreement with who God was as well, right? So he assigned himself to slaying Goliath. Nobody told him to do that. Go back and read that story. Nobody told him, hey, David, would you come and help us out? No, he volunteered. He volunteered for that. He saw the reward. He saw the opportunity, and he saw the opportunity because he saw himself right. He saw himself correctly, and he made himself visible. Come on, nobody was looking for him. Matter of fact, they were deliberately overlooking him. Now, I have a thing about people saying, oh, you're overlooked and all this kind of thing. I don't know if you can really overlook certain people, because some of the people that are quote unquote overlooked, you also are being talked about and you're also being hated on. So if you're being hated on, how are you being overlooked? Now, that's just my personal opinion. Now, people might be throwing shade, but baby, they know something is over there. That's why they throwing the shade in your direction. Okay. So don't worry about being overlooked. Make yourself visible. You don't ever have to worry about what somebody else is saying if you see the right thing when you look in the mirror. And David did that, which is why he stepped up to the plate and used what he had to take the giant out. He made a kill, and he got the rewards that came along with making that kill. The same thing with Jael. Now, Jael is a woman in the Bible. I think she's got a similar story. Well, she was a housewife. who took out a general. Go and read it in Judges 4 and Judges 5. Well, nobody asked her to do that. You know, nobody asked this housewife to go kill a professional fighter, like a professional killer. Nobody told her to do that. But she saw the opportunity and she used what she had, and she took out a general of an opposing army. She took a general out. No training, no tactical intel, none of that stuff that we think that we need usually is the stuff that gets us over, or that gets us into the next position or the next role or the next level. It's the desire to make a kill. So what are you going to kill? You're going to have to step outside of the job description. And I'm going to tell you right now, the other thing that kind of, when I'm working with people on their development, it's like, okay, so tell me what it is that you are supposed to be doing, and then rate yourself on how well you're doing that. Because the other side to this, you need to make a kill, is sometimes you don't need to make an extra kill. You need to kill what you're doing right now. Like, okay, this is what people are paying you for. This is what people expect you to do. Are you delivering? Because let me tell you, friends, you cannot exceed expectations that you haven't met yet. You need to meet the expectations first. You need to give people what they ask for, what they're paying you for, what they expect from you. And then you can make a kill above and beyond. Then you can go to another level. People trying to get promoted and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, that's got to be exhausting. How frustrating is that? Let me help you not be frustrated and just do what it is do what you got to do right now so that you can do what you want to do later. Okay. Last one. Now, this one is one that you don't hear often when you talk about leadership, especially kind of more in the corporate world. You might hear it more in the ministry world, but the last roadblock on your path to promotion, especially if you are a believer, especially if you're looking to get promoted using the principles of the kingdom of God, is wrong motives. Now, wrong motives is all about the inside. It's all about what's in your heart. It's not about your performance. It's not about what other people say about you. It's not even about your visibility and how other people see you. It's not even about how many kills you made. It is about the why behind all of that. It's why you're doing what you're doing. This is the heart check. This is the gut check. And this is the thing that you cannot fake. You can't fake it, because it's not about even what you think of yourself or what other people are seeing. It's about what God sees. And God sees into the hearts of people. There's no faking or finessing this one, you guys. And the only way to make sure that your heart is not an issue is to ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. And when you're in your time of prayer, it's a great time to ask the Holy Spirit to tell you why you're doing what you're doing. I've done that before. And God has shown me some stuff. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was in there. Okay, well, let's address that. Let's take care of that, because sometimes you're so busy, you're going through life, you're doing your absolute best. And I don't, this isn't to make anybody feel bad, because we all have our stuff. We all have our gunk. We all have our junk, and sometimes you just got to clean it. It's just like your junk drawer in your house. You got to clean out your junk drawer from time to time. You just kind of stuff in there and you keep going, and, and then one day you open it up and you're like, oh my God, what happened? And you got to clean that stuff out, and your heart is like that too. And so just be willing to offer up your heart for an audit, for a heart check. Another way that you can do this in like a practical way with other people, and not just in a spiritual way, is to ask yourself who benefits from your promotion. And be honest. Like, so you say you want this promotion, you say you want this role, you say you want this new level. Okay, well, who benefits from that and why? Okay, other than you. So we're going to take you out of the center, and we're going to start detailing, okay, Why is this important for you to be in this position, and who benefits from that? And then once you have that list, ask yourself, is there anything on that list that you can do right now? Can you serve these people right now from where you are? Before you get the promotion, before you get the title, before you get the raise, are you serving at that level right now? And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not serving at that level, think about why. Think about why. Why are you waiting to serve? Why are you waiting for the title? Why are you waiting for the position to change? To serve. Now, there are some things that you do need to be in a certain position to do, but some things, no, you can do them right now. You can if you want to. The question is, what do you desire? That's where we started, and that's where we're going to end. What do you want, and why do you want it? See, everything starts on the inside, and then everything is going to end on who you are on the inside and how well you are integrating your beliefs and your behavior. So, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode about the 4 roadblocks on your path to promotion. I'm really excited. I love this topic because I have a lot more to say about it, which is why I'm teaching a workshop. And I want to invite you to join the workshop. But first, the way that you get the invitation to the workshop is you go to this website. So the website is whattypeofleaderyou.com. That's whattypeofleaderyou.com. You're going to take a little quiz, and then I'll send you an invitation to the workshop. Now, the quiz is going to help you assess where you are in your leadership journey so that you know, okay, these are my next best steps for the next year as I'm preparing for this promotion. I feel promotion is in the air. I sense that there are opportunities. I sense that there's a shift coming and that I need to get ready for the next level so that when it gets here, I'm not standing here twiddling my thumbs, blowing in the wind, wondering why everybody else is moving forward and I'm not. So I want to help you with that. I have more to share with you in the upcoming workshop. So go to whattypeofleaderyou.com and tell a friend. If you have some friends or some colleagues who are also looking to move forward, join. It's going to be fun. It's going to be powerful. And I can't wait to meet you. So that's today's episode, you guys. As you know, share, like, comment on the podcast, DM me on Instagram. I'm at the Kelly Symone. That's Symone with a Y. And I will see you next time. Take care.